So Tara Joyce starts talking about how she's gone on Lift the Veil, Nathan Stoltman's Lift the Veil. Well, Nathan Stoltman then leaves a comment on the post that I did this morning, sending people to my website, and told me that not only has he not interviewed Tara Joyce lately on Lift the Veil, he's never interviewed her, ever. And in fact, doesn't even do it anymore because of the harassment that he's had to be put through.
Okay, so in other words, Terry has the experience, has been in there, and we're going to talk about the story of how she ended up at this, Hollywood party, where things happen that she's going to describe to you. We in the title. That's what she called it in the title to a video a couple years ago when she told this story for the first time. But she's a comedian. It's the name given to something kind of to take away from the seriousness of it. I could tell it was actually a little traumatic.
I was beginning to feel that I was the sacrifice, and that whatever was going on around the corner on that wiffle ball court was not going to be a good scenario for me. And another thing that I want to reiterate, make sure everybody hears this, and why I suspect it even more, is when I was leaving.
Okay, so I am going to, all right, I'm going to stop this. Okay, I don't have a share. So Thomas Schoenberger, okay, my last stream, which was, I guess I did it on Monday. I did it on last Sunday. Oh, so much happens in a week. And my last stream, and as you can see, I have a QR code here up in the left-hand corner here. That goes to my Rumble. That goes to the actual interview of me with Nathan Stoltman. That goes to the actual interview, which I recorded off of the Internet Archives of his SoundCloud. And so Big Mouth, Mr. Saint Germain, liar, had to say, oh, it was a deep fake. He posted on social media that I was doing a deep fake of my interview with Nathan Stoltman. And today I'm going to show you that that's not a deep fake. I'm going to take you to the website of where the Lift the Veil episode is. And see, where did I have that? My goodness, I must have tapped. I know it's here. I'll take a moment and find it. I thought it was over. This is 9/2/28. Here it is. LA comedian attends satanic reptilian lizard party. Terry Joyce. Okay, so you see that, right? You see that right there. You see it? Okay, so we're going to click on it. And we're going to play it.
What it is, everybody. What an exciting show for this Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Wow, we ran a little bit late, didn't we? So this is actually a serious topic, a serious disclosure from someone who has the insider connections, or did at the time at least, to have experienced something that not everybody else could have experienced. So you could compare it to what we experienced recently with Isaac Cappy, who had a Hollywood circle of friends and came out and said something about inside information that related to celebrities. This is a story that also includes at least powerful people in Hollywood and something dark forces maybe being at work in Hollywood. And then there's Doshi right here on time. So I'm Nathan Stoltman. That's Doshi. Joining me today is Terry Joyce, who is a stand-up comedian for forever, practically. She says since 1990, she's been doing stand-up comedy. And in entertainment that you might have seen on your TV, she was one of the contestants or reality stars of the Last Comic Standing season 1. And then also, was there another season 2 that you joined on?
Yeah, I was in a season 3, and it was kind of a different show. It was a competition between the first and the second season, and we were a fall season replacement right after the Olympics that year, which I believe was 2006, the Winter Olympics.
Okay, so in other words, Terry has the experience, has been in there, and we're going to talk about the story of how she ended up at this, Hollywood party, where things happen that she's going to describe to you. We in the title, it says Satanic Reptilian Lizard Party. That's what she called it in the title to a video a couple years ago when she told this story for the first time. But, she's a comedian. It's the name given to something kind of to take away from the serious of it. I could tell it was actually a little traumatic. So anyway, that's a long intro for Terry. Terry Joyce, thank you for joining us. Oh, I forgot to mention you turned into a truth radio broadcaster.
Yes,
about
I did
4 years ago, right?
About I think I might be on my 5th, about 4 years ago. Yeah. It feels like 5 though.
So you're on Truth Cat Radio, and then
I'm
what's
on
the
Truth
other
Cat
one?
Radio and American Freedom Radio as well. So I'm on the both 2 networks, and I've been on Revolution Radio for a couple of years, and then I did shows online that were about the cannabis plant. So I had done New Dissident Radio, and I was on Normal Show Live for about 7 years doing the Southern California report for news in legalization of cannabis.
Right. So I should have mentioned that. So there are kind of 3, you're a stand-up comedian, you have Truth Radio Show where you go into the same kind of things I think that I go into on my show. And then you are also a cannabis activist. Is that accurate?